Hi, welcome back, and today I've got another very quickly cobbled together video, and in it, as the last two top 10 videos seem to be quite popular, I'm going to go and show the top 10 ZX Spectrum arcade conversions that I've covered so far whilst doing my Spectrum videos. Now, disclaimer coming up, this is based purely on the games that I've covered. I know there's tons of fantastic arcade conversions, some of which are considered even better than these ones I've got. Anyway, we're starting with Chase HQ. Don't really need to say any more about this. One of the best ones of all time. Absolutely amazing game. Really fantastic the way it's been pulled off on the Spectrum. Brilliant music, brilliant speech, runs along at a fair old zip. One of the greatest games on the machine as well. And it featured in my top 10 ZX Spectrum games as well. So anyway, we move on to another one, and we have Bubble Bobble. Now, not only is it one of the best games of all time, it's also one of the best two-player games of all time. It's one of the best arcade conversions on the Spectrum, and I still play it nowadays just because I love it so much. It's really playable, really great. I know it's got its sequels, Rainbow Islands and Parasol Stars. I've not played either of those. I think I should get round to it, and perhaps they'll pop up in another video at some point. But anyway, Bubble Bobble. So let's move on in just a short while. Okay, so now we come to Bostonian 87. From Mastertronic, based on an arcade game. It's a really tricky game. It's got one of the best soundtracks I've heard on the Spectrum. It's so really difficult. Probably for everyone else out there it isn't, but for me I find it really tricky, but I keep coming back and playing it because I love the music. Great game. Another Mastertronic £2 special coming up. Motos, fantastic game this is. Came out around about 1989, a binary design limited production. Absolutely wonderful conversion, very playable, great music again, and just a really fun, solid little game. Psycho Pigs UXB, subject of my last video. Really fun, little blow the pigs them up. Check it out. I don't recall the arcade game at all. If any of you ever played it, then why don't you drop a comment, because I'd be interested to see how good the arcade game was. It's not. I used to hang around that sounds really weird, doesn't it? Hanging around arcades. I used to frequent arcades quite a bit. Oh, that sounds even worse. Anyway. I never saw it anywhere. If you did play it, let me know. Renegade, 1987. Imagine what a great beat-em-up this is. Even better sequel, Target Renegade. Obviously, introduced the two-player mechanic into it. Absolute game changer that was, or game winner. And then it was saddled with an absolutely horrendous third iteration in Renegade 3. I won't say any more about that one. Westbank, not Best Wank, Westbank. Be careful how you say it. Really great fun sort of shooting gallery type game. You have to keep your wits about you as you select which door the baddie's going to come through and which door the innocent members of the public just dropping off their hard-earned cash are going to come through. You've got to shoot the robbers and avoid shooting the civilians. As you can see, I frequently get those mechanics mixed up. Oh dear. Tapper, or root beer tapper. I got this game, I first played it, it came in, was one of the pack-in games with the +2 pack I got in Christmas 1986. Used to play it an awful lot, and I think this is one of the most underrated of the arcade conversions on the Spectrum. It doesn't seem to get an awful lot of notice but I think it's great, and I do still play it a lot. I'm no good at it, but that can be said for all the games in this list and every game I've covered. But I still enjoy playing it. As you can see, it's quite frantic, and you've really got to sort of keep your wits about you to make sure you last as long as possible. Okay, Outrun. Now, I know this gets some heat, but I always really enjoyed it. I think it's great. I think the soundtrack is great. I love the way it plays and the graphics on it, even though it's a bit green. I know it's a bit slow, and that's what a lot of the criticisms about it focus on. But I really enjoyed this conversion, and I know I'm not alone in that. I think it seems to be a bit of a Marmite game for many people amongst the Specky community. And we move on to the final game in the top 10, which is Space Harrier. Now, I've included this not because I'm a huge, massive Space Harrier fan. I'm not. I've included it purely because of the fact that they've pulled it off. You know, they've attempted it, and they've had the balls to try and make a decent version of the game that does the arcade original some justice. And, you know, I can sort of recognise that, and I think you need to sort of give the programmers a round of applause for, you know, being audacious enough to have the balls to have a go at it and do a really good job. Now, the checkerboard bit at the bottom always hurts my eyes, but I still think technically this is one of the best games on the Spectrum, especially from its time, 1986. So bravo on that one, lads. Okay, thanks ever so much for watching. We're coming to the end of the video. It's just been a quick video cobbled together from bits and pieces I've done over the last year and a bit. There's nothing sort of like new gameplay wise in it. I'm going to get back to doing those as soon as possible, as soon as my health issues clear up, which is hopefully not going to be too long. Anyway, your continued support is appreciated as ever, and have a great day. Thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.